everyone to enter your name in the chat box. Okay, before end of the class, you have to enter the name. So from this, I will mark the attendance. So we'll start the chapter soil. So last week I have sent the video to watch. So I hope everyone seen the video and it could have been understand. For better understanding, I will be explaining once again. So we'll see the introduction part. So you have learned how the soil has formed. Okay, it is not an artificial thing. The soil will form naturally. It is available on the natural.
Chapter 8.
Chapter 9 beta. This is chapter 9 soil.
So chapter 8 नहीं कराओगे?
Chapter 8 will do it later. Okay, there are some particular syllabus given for the offer, So based on the syllabus, I am doing the chapters. Okay. So is there soil need for everyone? The soil basically present on the earth. Okay, but it is required for the everyone, even for the human being. Why it is needed for the human being? Because we'll do the agriculture on soil. Okay, because totally the agriculture is based on the soil. So what the agriculture will provide us, which will provide the food, shelter, clothes, and variety of animals, and many organisms live in the soil. Okay, the soil support the plants to grow in two ways. By holding the roots can be held by the soil so that the plant will grow. And what does it supply to the plants? It supply the water and nutrients. And how the soil formed? Can anyone explain me? बेटा किसी को याद है how the soil formed and that video you have seen? There are big rocks or hills over the period of the year and over the period of the different climatic condition. It has decomposed into the smaller particles of the soil. There are 4 or 5 criterias were mentioned in that video. याद है किसी को? So there is a temperature change. So what will happen due to the temperature change? The rocks will expand and heated when it's cooled, and there is a frost. So when the rainwater trapped into the gaps between the rocks, so it will started freezing, and the continuous movement of the water in between the rocks, so that also will make the rock into the smaller particles. And the other climatic condition like wind and the living organisms present over the rocks will make the rocks to become smaller particles. Okay, this is how over the period of time the big rocks or hills become the soil particles. Okay, this is called a weathering. How the soil formed, the process by which the soil formation takes place is called a weathering. So weathering is a very slow and gradual process. Okay, it is not a immediate outcome. Weathering will happen from over the period of many years. It is a very slow and gradual process during which the parent rock material break down into the fine particles. Okay, so what are the factors we have seen? The factor responsible for weathering: temperature change, frost, water, wind, and living organisms. How the temperature changes? So when it's heated, it will the rock will have the gap. Okay, when the water will enter inside the rocks, it will frost in during the winter season, and the continuous flowing of the water, it can make the more gap in the inside the rocks, and during the wind and other living organisms make it more fine particles, so that over the period of the year of more than, we can say, more than 10 decades or 20 decades, the rocks, it will take time to become the fine particles. Now we are going to see the soil profile, how the soil has the different layers. Okay, so this, even each and everything have the different layer, even our skin has the different layers. Okay, the same way the soil has the different arrangements. So the layers are called the horizons. We can call it as a layers of the soil or horizons. Whether everyone is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. Because last time some disturbances happened, no? So if I'm not audible, please call me in my mobile. So the soil profile having the different layers. The layers called, what it is called, horizons. There are three different layers: A horizon, B horizon, and C horizon. So A horizon, which is called a topsoil, B horizon is called a subsoil, and C, it is called a parent material. Okay. The soil, how we can able to do see the soil profile? When we do the vertical section of the soil, you can see the different layers. You could have been noticed on the road or your nearby home, some from the government department, they used to dig the land. Okay, or by constructing the house, when they have started digging for the making the base for the house construction, you could have been noticed the different layers. The top soil will be under dark in color, and the subsoil will be on the lighter than the first one, topsoil, and the parent material will be more lighter. And if you see in the, it will be totally made up of the rocks. So that rock is called a bedrock. Okay, that rock arrangement is called a bedrock, and each layers will depend on its own texture, color, and depth, and chemical composition. Okay, I told you the top soil has the dark in color, and subsoil it's lighter than the top soil, and parent material will be in different color. Okay, based on this, the three layers of the soil profile has been made. So first we'll see about the A horizon, or it is a called as a top soil. Okay, so top soil or A horizon is the uppermost layer. Okay, I already told you it, which is dark in color, and it has the rich in humus. Okay, how it become the rich in humus? Because it's formed by the death and decay of plants and animals. Okay, which is the organic material. So when the dead plants and animals started decomposing, okay, the top soil will get the humus. So because of that, because it will not pass out through the subsoil, it will be on the topsoil, so that the topsoil or A horizon will be more rich in humus. Okay, so if it is rich in humus, what is the benefit? It become very fertile. Okay, fertile means the plants can grow very well. Clear? The humus, because of the topsoil rich in humus, it become very fertile. It give the nutrition to the plants to grow very well. Okay, the topsoil is very soft and porous and hold enough water. The soil will be the soft. Porous means it have the sufficient gap to enter the waters so that it can hold the enough water on the top level. And you can see the roots of the plants present over the topsoil. When you take out the plant from the soil totally from the root, you can see the soil present over there on the roots. Those the soils are from the topsoil. In case of the tall trees, the roots may go till to the second horizon. Okay, in the smaller plants, the roots will present till on the topsoil, and in the tall trees, the roots may go further down to the second horizon, which is the subsoil. Okay, and most of the earthworms, insects, bacteria, and fungi are present in this topsoil layer or A horizon. Now we'll see the B horizon, which is called a subsoil, which is lighter in color than the upper layer. Upper layer will be, the topsoil will be more dark in color, and the subsoil will be lighter in color. Okay, which is rich in soluble minerals and iron oxides. So what we have seen in the topsoil which is rich in humus, but in the subsoil which is rich in soluble minerals and iron oxides. Compare than the topsoil, subsoil is more harder and more compact, okay, which is tightly closed. So the plants and animals are not found in this layer. Because of the gap present in the topsoil, we have seen the earthworms, bacteria, fungi can present in the topsoil. Here the subsoils are very compact and harder, and it is tightly packed so that you can't able to see the plants and animals present over the plant's root on the subsoil. But in case of tall plants, okay, in case of tall plants, the roots can reach up to the subsoil level, and very little organic matter is found in the subsoil. So we'll see the C horizon or the parent material. The parent material, which is represent the larger rock pieces. Okay, and simply you have to remember there are parent material made up of the larger rock pieces, and below the C horizon or parent material, a bedrock presents. Okay, the bedrock cannot be easily dug up, so we need some machines to dug the bedrock. And what are the composition of the soil? There are different components are present in the soil, which are the rock or soil particle of different sizes. Okay, and humus, which is the organic matter. Humus, how it is formed because of the decomposition of plants and animals. The organic matter, the soil become the humus. And soil water containing the various inorganic salts, soil air, and soil organisms. We will see one by one points, one by one components in next slides. So now first we will see the soil particles and soil types. Okay, soil has the mixture of different particles. Okay, we have seen it, the large particles, smaller particles are very fine particles. So based on the size, and soil particles are broadly classified. So there are three different types of particles present on the soils. One is called as a gravel, or you can call it as a stones. Okay, normally the size or diameter of the gravel or stones, which is about 2 millimeter in diameter. in diameter. Okay, and the second size is called as a sand. Okay, the normal size of the sand will be 0.05 millimeter to 2 millimeter in diameter, which is ranges from 0.05 mm to 2 mm, which is called a sand. Okay, and below 0.05 mm in diameter soil particle, which is called a silt or clay, which is called a silt and clay. If the soil having any one of these particles, for example, the soil having the full and full of the gravel or stones, okay, we can call it as a fertile? No, because the soil having one particle which will not support the plants to grow. So the soil having the one particle, we call it as a non-fertile. Okay, when the soil having the mixture of different sized particle, then only the plants can grow and which will give the nutrition to the plants. So with those soils called a fertile soil, and also called as the looms or loamy soils. These fertile soils are also called as the looms or loamy soils. Now we'll see what are the different types of soil and soil particles. In that, we'll see the first sandy soil. So the sandy soil having the high percentage ranges from 70 to 80% of the bigger sand particles. Okay. So what are the bigger sand particles? Which is having the more than 2.0 mm in diameter sand particles. Okay. So the sandy soil have the maximum 80 up to 80% of the bigger sand particles, which is called as a sandy soils, and which is highly porous. How it is highly porous? Porous means the highly it is it has the gaps. Okay, how it is having the high gaps? Because the stones are larger in size. Okay, it will not attach compact, so it has the its own gaps. The lot of large spaces and air present. So now I told you that it is highly porous, so it has the large spaces because it is not tightly closed, and the air can pass through, and the air will be present in those gaps, and it do not hold much water. Why it can't hold the much water? Because of the large spaces, the water will drain out, and these kind of sandy soils will lack in humus, and which is light, well aerated, because it is light in color and it has the air present, so the aeration will be better compared to other soil, and rather dry, not suitable for the plant to grow. We can call it as a, because of the humus in nature, it will dry and the plants cannot grow. For example, xerophytic plants like cacti. I have present the image over here. These kind of plants, which is called as the wind breakers, also help in the binding the soil. These kind of plants, cacti plants, can grow on the sandy soil. Now we'll say clay soils. So what we have seen in the sandy soil, the larger particle composition will be more than 70 to 80%. But here in the clay soils, the soil having the high percentage of fine particles, like clay particles, so which is less than 0.05 mm in diameter. Okay, so those soils are called as the clay soils. In the clay soils, less or no air in between the particles because of the small size, which is tightly packed. Because which is smaller than the sand soils and which is tightly packed, there is no air or very less number of air.
Voice is cutting.
Now it's okay. Okay, I will repeat once again. So I will repeat once again. The clay soil having the high percentage of fine particles, like clay particles and less sand. The clay particles which is having the diameter of 0.
Sir, voice is cutting.
Now also it's not clear.
No,
Hello?
sir.
Hello, now?
Yes, sir. Clear है.
Clear है? Okay. I will repeat once again. The clay soil having high percentage of fine particles. Okay, fine
Clear
particles.
नहीं आ रही है.
Beta, this is the problem for everyone or for a particular person?
मुझे तो साफ सुनाई दे रही है.
How about others?
सर क्लियर है आवाज?
Clear है ना बेटा? If anyone finding the difficulty in hearing the voice or any disturbance, check your network. Otherwise, once again, log out and log in. So there you can find some difference. So the fine particles are tightly packed, so there is no air or very less air present in the clay soils. Because of this tightly packed and no air, it can hold the much water, and it contains the some humus. This kind of soil, these are the heavy soils and support the plant growth. And we'll see loamy soil. The loamy soils are best for the plant growth, and which contains the humus and provide the fertility to the soil so that the plant can grow well, which can hold the sufficient water due to the presence of the smaller particles. If it is the larger particles, it can't hold the water, whereas the smaller particles which can hold the sufficient water, so which will give the nutrition to the plants to grow, and which contain the enough air due to the presence of the some larger particles also, because which is the mixture of larger and smaller particles, wherein the fine particles are high in concentration. This feature permit the proper root penetration, because which is the mixture in the nature large of small particles, which will allow the roots to penetrate and which allow the plants to grow and absorb the water and minerals from the soils. And the soil particles settle depending upon their relative sizes. The larger particles, if you take the loamy soils and dissolve in the water, you can see the different particles. The larger particles will deposit on the bottom, and the lighter particles or smallest particles will remain in the suspension form. So in that way, you can able to find which is the loamy soil or the clay soils or the sand soils. If the sand soils or the mixture of soils, the loamy soils, if you mix in the water, you can see the larger particle will deposit on the bottom, and the light or smallest particles will be remain in the suspensions. Till here, any doubts for anyone? अभी तक किसी को कुछ डाउट है इसमें से?
नो सर.
वॉइस कट रही थी इसलिए समझ में नहीं आया.
कहाँ से समझ में नहीं आया? Okay, for everyone benefits, I will be posting this same recording on the YouTube channel. You can later, whomever found the difficulties in listening, you can watch the video on the YouTube also, which will be available. Okay, beta?
Okay, sir.
Is that everyone has mentioned your name in the chat box? Beta, whomever not entered your name in the chat box, please do drop your message, your name in the chat box, so that attendance will be marked. If anyone joined later, please drop your name in the chat box. Yes. Yeah, Mayank, what you're saying? I couldn't able to hear you. Okay. Beta, till now, till to the Lumi soils, you read in your book. Okay. And tomorrow we'll continue with the rest of the chapters. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. Now you can disconnect the live class.
Bye, sir.
Bye, beta.
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye, beta. Beta, have you entered your name? Beta, the class is over. You just drop your name in the chat box for the attendance purpose.